E-E-D...
Idiots.
Hmm?
It's for you.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hello, fellow Leagueites, and welcome to the first ever weekly prediction show. I'm your host, Steven Johnson, owner, manager, coach of Clint Eastwood, the division leaders in the West. Let's take a look at the good, the bad, and the ugly from this past week. The good. Tequila versus ECU TDs and beer. The score was 154.6 to 146.6. Pretty sure that's the high for the season for a combined 301 points. The bad. Gundam Style versus Dungeons and Fagons. The score was 88.9 to 66.5 for a combined score of 155.4. And the ugly. Clint Eastwood with a paltry 62.6 points. Thank you, Atlanta Falcons. Moving on. Let's take a look at this week's games. First off, we have Smokin' Bows Drinking Fortes at 2-1 versus Gundam Style at 3-0. Personally, I think Gundam Style's run is finally going to come to an end and they're going to lose their first game of the season. Smokin' Bows has Adrian Peterson predicted to get 24 points this week. Finally starting to look like his old self. He also has Jamal Charles coming off of that ridiculous 40-point game. It's going to be kind of hard to contend with that. We'll see how it goes. My prediction, Smokin' Bows, Drinking Fortes over Gundam Style.
It's swell. Marvelous.
Next up, we have my favorite matchup of the season, name-wise, Masturbate and Tackle at 0-3 versus the Lauren Tannehills at 1-2. Masturbate and Tackle has a running back from the Jets that Tim Tebow is asking who that guy is. Seriously, who is he? Is he from the practice squad? Never heard of him. Masturbate and Tackle's misery will continue as the Lauren Tannehills will take care of business.
Everybody's got a right to be a sucker once.
Next, we have Dungeons and Fagons at 1-2 versus the Korea Bobsled team at 2-1. Korea Bobsled team has the edge with Tom Brady, Larry Fitzgerald, Miles Austin. They're going to pull this one out and move to 3-1.
Say what? What? Why what?
Fourth game of the week, we have Arian Foster Care at 2-1 versus Tequila Selah. Is Tequila Selah? Is that how you say it? Way to pick a hard name, David. Congratulations. Versus Tequila Selah at 1-2. After a huge week from Tequila, it looks like injuries and bye weeks will haunt him this week. I'm going with Arian Foster Care for the huge win, with Michael Turner going up against a weak rush defense in Carolina Panthers, and Andre Johnson is going to have a monster week against the Tennessee pass defense.
Okay, you did two things wrong. One is you asked a question, and two is you asked another question.
Fifth game of the week, we have ECU TDs and Beer at 1-2 versus the Mountain Men at 2-1. Both teams have holes they need to fill this week due to bye weeks and injuries, but the Mountain Men seem to have more depth on his bench. I'm going with the Mountain Men. You're welcome, Shane.
Bang.
And finally, the main event of everyone's week, Gronk If You're Horny versus Clint Eastwood. I'm expecting a bounce-back week from Phillip Rivers and Ryan Matthews. It can't get much worse than last week. 3 points? Really, Phillip Rivers? Really? 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 Everyone expects better from you than that. As long as Arian Foster and Darren McFadden continue to do their thing, I'm going to pull it out. It won't even be close. Clint Eastwood for the win and continue to lead the West Division.
I don't think it's nice you laughing.
That's all the time I have for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you again next week, and you're welcome.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game!
You want a guarantee? Buy a toaster.